Hey guys, so I just got this letter from Medroad, and he asked me to showcase some of the cards from the newest expansion that the developers have been working on, so let's go. First off, we have Roli, A Life Well Lived. Now this is a 4-mana 5/4 for the druid class that reads, after beating cancer, choose one. Go back to the carpet store or go off the grid. Now I think this is one of those cards that could really bring an element of decision making and add some skill to the meta. But the problem is, no one's going to go back to the carpet store, so while I do think this card is going to get some play, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Now this next card is a spell called Flay, and it reads, glaze up some nice salmon. Now this card features a new type of technology Blizzard has added to Hearthstone. It's called Video Embedded, and I think it's best summed up with a bit of gameplay.
You want to leave it alone until it gets really nice and crusty on one side. We flip it once, turn down the heat, let it cook through. You want to taste the flavor of the salmon, so if you overcook it, obviously you're going to lose some of that. Yeah, it doesn't really get the lines, but it gives a really nice crust. That's what you want to see.
Wow, that is some nice sizzle. So I don't think this card actually impacts the game at all, but I think it's really good for learning new recipes and getting your daily dose of Flay. I think this card has a bunch of synergy possibilities, and I could even see this getting into a tier 1 deck. 4 out of 5. Next up, we have a new Hunter card. It's a 1/1 Kindly Grandma, and instead of spawning a 3/2, it's just a grandma. 5 out of 5. Next we have another spell called Up a Couple Degrees. Now this spell reads, slightly increase the temperature around your opponent's safe to take off their jacket. Now, I really like this card. I think it's valued perfectly at 2 mana, and I think it's a really creative, different card we haven't seen before. I think the main problem with this card is that there's so many other overpowered cards in the meta right now that I don't know if this will make it into many decks. I still expect to see it in some casual decks, and I think it's a really good card. 2 out of 5. Now we have a 9-mana spell 1v1 Ginji, where both players get on Overwatch, and 1v1 Ginji for the win. Now I understand Blizzard wants to cross-promote its games, and Overwatch is even a great game, but I think this card is causing more pay gap issues. I'm going to give it 1 out of 5. Now Turntable is a 7-mana spell that switches the board around with your opponent. So with this one, if you're about to die next turn, you can just switch the board, and then you end up having lethal, so it's pretty balanced. 4 out of 5. And the last card I got was Cringy Commercial. It's a 5-mana 4/5 that uses the same video embedding technology.
You want to take this inside?
Yes, I would love to take this inside.
I have no time for your games!
That was my guac. Do you want to take this inside?
We are so going to take this inside, guac boy.
Nice. So not only does it play those commercials on repeat the entire time it's on the board, but it also sends the video from your opponent's phone to 10 of their contacts with the message, you want to take this inside? 5 out of 5.